Weight loss versus fat loss. Hey, my friend, I've got a question for you. If you could press a button and burn fat overnight, but keep the same weight, would you do it? Or would the number on the scale be just too addictive? Just stop the video, drop down in the comments and tell me what you would do. It's okay, I'll wait. Let's face it, most of us has been conditioned to chase that low number on the scale because society has sold us the idea that less is more when it comes to weight. But what if I told you that the real game changer isn't weight loss, but fat loss? Imagine looking in the mirror and seeing a stronger, leaner version of yourself staring right back. Now that will be something worth aiming for, right? I'm Simon H, Muscle After 50 coach. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand the difference between weight loss and fat loss, why fat loss leads to a healthier, more sustainable body transformation, and more importantly, how to get there without feeling like you've just sacrificed everything. Come on, let's dive in. All right, what's the story here? Well, weight loss is about shedding pounds. It doesn't really matter, or it doesn't really care what you're losing. Water, muscle, or fat. It all looks the same on the scale. Fat loss, on the other hand, is all about targeting that stored body fat and preserving lean muscle. It's the type of fat that actually reshapes your body and boosts long-term health. I told you I wasn't going to stop here. So let's talk about why muscle after 50 becomes even more critical for fat loss, even if you have more than 50 pounds to lose. It's a game changer. You see, in the pursuit of a healthy lifestyle, many individuals focus on shedding excess weight. What usually happens is that the restricted calories and the high amount of cardio results in weight loss. But often it's a mixture of fat and muscle mass, which can leave you looking skinny fat. Skinny fat is a term that describes a physique that appears lean at first glance, but lacks muscle and carries a higher proportion of body fat. This condition often results from a lack of exercise. And while externally these folks are looking slim, especially in the chest, the arms, the shoulders, the legs, they carry a lot of excess weight usually around the lower abdomen, which can cause some health issues such as insulin resistance and cardiovascular issues. While fat loss is undoubtedly important, the significance of preserving and building muscle after 50 cannot be overstated. Did you know that muscle tissue even burns calories at rest? As we age, our metabolism tends to slow down, making it easier to gain weight. But by increasing muscle mass, the body's metabolic rate is boosted, aiding in fat loss more effectively than just dieting alone. We'll cover that more in another video, but think of it this way. Weight loss, you're losing water. Yes, you're going to lose a little bit of fat, but you're going to risk losing some muscle. But with fat loss, the focus is strictly on eliminating body fat while keeping muscle, which ultimately means that you look leaner, you feel stronger, and there's a more defined you. And that's where a powerful product such as lean comes into play. Now, before I get into the good stuff, I've got another question for you. Now, what's worse? Battling hunger cravings all day or watching your hard-earned muscle disappear while dieting? Tell me your choice in the comments. Lean is specifically designed to support fat loss, not weight loss. And that makes an absolute massive difference. It contains patented clinical studied peptides. And here's why that matters. Peptides are like little messengers that help control critical body functions. And in the case of lean, they zero in on regulating appetite and burning stored fat. It's fat focused. One of the reasons why I'm using lean is because of its ability to tap into the gut-brain axis. Now that sounds pretty complex, but stick with me, because it's pretty cool. The gut and the brain are constantly communicating, sending signals back and forth. When the gut tells the brain that you're hungry, guess what happens? Cravings, hunger pangs, and a drop in blood sugar. Now, that's the one thing I've got to be honest with. When it comes to losing fat, the one thing that always catches me out is those hunger pangs. You know, those ones at 8 o'clock at night, you've had your last meal, but it catches your attention and it really tests your resolve to lose fat. You know, those hunger pangs that wake you up in the middle of the night and really test your resolve. Oh, you're going to get out of bed and feed me? That kind of hunger pang. Well, you see, lean helps to regulate that communication, which in turn curbs those pesky hunger pangs. So if you've ever wanted to turn down that internal food craving monologue, lean is here to help. So today marks 1 week of starting to take lean. So the first thing I did, or one of the first things I did see was that my hunger pangs went all the way back down. But one of the biggest things that I noticed, and I noticed it within the first day of taking lean, was the suppression of appetite. Now, while that can be great for people that eat the arse out of everything in the cupboard, the problem with that is that when it got to my main meals, especially the meals that had a lot of protein in it, I had to be very conscious about eating my protein first. You see, protein is the most important nutrient on the dish. Now, when it comes to preserving muscle, we obviously know that we need to consume our protein. Now, you can get caught out if you take lean and if you don't realize that and end up just dollying around your dish, eating all the carbs and some of the other stuff before getting to your protein. And then by the time you get to your protein, you're absolutely full. And now that's an occasion where you're not getting the protein that you need and causing that positive nitrogen balance to keep those muscles intact. So if you decide to take lean, and I really hope you do try it, is remember this golden rule. We're after fat loss, not weight loss. So you're going to recognize that you're going to have somewhat of a suppressed appetite. So remember that protein is the most important nutrient on your plate. So eat that first. When it comes to fat loss over weight loss, lean has another powerful effect: fat utilization. Here's the science behind it. Lean helps to ramp up the process called lipolysis, which is a fancy word for breaking down stored fat. Imagine stored fat as energy reserves waiting to be released. Lean makes it possible for your body to access that energy and burn it off. It also triggers something called thermogenesis, which is just a fancy way of saying it heats things up so it can burn even more fat. This combo, breaking down fat and burning it, creates an environment where the body uses up stored energy, which not only supports fat loss, but also helps prevent future fat storage. This beautiful little box here, lean, is setting you up for long-term success. Now you might be thinking, but what about those GLP-1 agonist products out there? Good question. GLP-1 agonists, like the ones prescribed for diabetes, work differently. They focus on regulating blood sugar by controlling insulin. That's great if you have blood sugar issues, but it's not primarily targeting fat loss. It focuses on managing glucose rather than burning fat, which is why it may not be the ideal choice if your main goal is fat loss. In short, lean is crafted for fat loss, appetite control, and ultimately lifestyle modification, not blood sugar control. Now, if you're looking to trim down body fat and hold on to any muscle, lean is the right tool for the job. Here's the truth. Fat loss over weight loss is as much about discipline as it is about finding the right products. Lean provides that psychological support, but it's the lifestyle modification you pair it with that makes all the difference. Now that we understand that it is fat loss that is the main focus over weight loss, think of it this way. You don't build the body of your dreams overnight. You build it daily with the decisions you make. Now with lean, you're not just reducing stored body fat, you're enhancing muscle quality which is essential for fighting off chronic illnesses as you age. Here's the bottom line. If you're thinking about fat loss and keeping all of your muscle and even building new muscle, you got to think lean. Link in the description. Now, if you're thinking about blood sugar control and general weight loss, you got to be thinking GLP-1 agonists. These products aren't interchangeable. Each of them have their own strengths.
We interrupt this program to bring you an important announcement.
When you download our free cheat sheet, not only will you discover the secrets to transforming your body and your life in your 50s faster than you ever imagined, you'll also discover how to gain muscle in your 50s. This will shock you, not only because of how easy it is, but the speed at which you'll see results. You'll also find how to lose weight in your 50s. We'll reveal the method that completely flips everything you thought you knew on its head. No fad diets, no grueling cardio sessions. And if you've been feeling like a dead car battery, it's time to get your energy back. We'll show you how. Now, the link for this free cheat sheet is in the description.